It's a chilly one, a chilly morning, and weird weather coming the next 48 hours, and then after that, not so weird at all. Supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what, the track crew is going to have to be on their toes at Northfield Park to race on the weekend. I think Sunday. Now, the poor buggers, it's going to pour rain on Saturday, and then it's going to flash freeze at some point throughout Sunday, maybe even early Sunday, and then be viciously cold for 6 days, 5 days. I think next Saturday it's supposed to break, according to the weather. Now, it changes frequently, but according to the weather, it's supposed to break next Saturday. So you're looking at a cold day today. It says it's Celsius-wise around minus 10 or 11 right now. It's going up, obviously, throughout the day. So it should be a decent morning of training. We're going to train the babies today. We're going to train a couple of horses that we're getting ready to race next week. We're going to try and undo the debacle that was vehement last week. It happens. We're going to train him up tight today and have him entered for next week at the Meadows. We're training one other horse hard this morning too. Jason. Had him on the list. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head. It might come to me. But yeah, it's going to be a decent day today, but tomorrow just an absolute mess. Front track is closed Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I think, at Northfield Park. They have a back track, but as you can imagine, when you have hundreds of horses that are split between two tracks, and then you close the larger of the two, it makes for a bit of congestion on Monday morning jogging. So, talking about last night, obviously we started the day fantastic. Looks like money was super sharp. Tim has him on his toes right now, and he was super sharp at the Meadows yesterday. A winner in the Open in 54-2, but looked really strong doing it. So happy that worked out the way it did. Sometimes when we move these horses around, it doesn't work out the way we want it all the time. We can only do what looks best on paper and hope that it translates in real life. And certainly in this case, it has. I hope the next move works just as well, and that was the one for Spitfire Overseas over to Mohawk. He did fit the backup class, but shockingly, the backup class did not fill. So he has to win. Actually, on money with the conversion, maybe he didn't fit it. I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't know. Either way, he's in the Open, a shorter field on Monday. It is a jump in company for him. He's been racing in the two classes from the top at the Meadows, but finding his best footing and his best form in doing so. So he is in on Monday, and James took the Amigo Volo horse. I don't blame him for doing that. So I thought I'd scoot over and drive him on Monday. Anyway, it's supposed to be getting cold here. I assume it's getting cold there also. So we'll see how all that plays out starting on Monday. So back to last night. We had Looks Like Money. He raced great. Then we had three horses at Mohawk, and then we had our boy Techsong in at Yonkers. Techsong, I think it's kind of cool. They race for so much money that what they do is they only let you jump one class. So Techsong seemingly was fitting class, not fitting classes he was in the last 2 weeks, but the rule at Yonkers is, and I like this rule, if you win, you only jump one class. So you win. You can ascend the ladder rather than saying, well, I won twice, so I moved from the non-winners to 8 to the preferred. Right? It's just, I like that much better, and it actually worked pretty good to our favor. Last night I saw that Jason Bartlett picked over him. Now he was driving one of pair of Engblom's, and Jason drives her pair pretty regularly. So I couldn't necessarily assume that Techsong was an inferior horse. I don't know any of the horses that were in with Techsong, but it was more than just Jason picking the best horse. Obviously there was some politics involved there, and actually now that I say it, I don't know who actually won the race. It might have been Jason. So either way, Techsong ended up sliding out second over and losing, kind of lost his cover a little bit. It trotted away from him, and he kind of looked lost to get back down to the rail in the last turn, and ended up an okay fifth, beat maybe 2 lengths. Respectable. Let's call it a respectable fifth. So I thought he raced pretty good. But we've been spoiled with win after win after win from him for a while. So, you just expect he's going to go to the gate and win, but it doesn't always work that way. So, a decent race from him. As I said, I think that's a fair word, a respectable race from Techsong Soprano. And then earlier in the night, we had 3 at Mohawk. Now, we had 3 horses that, do they fit? Do they not fit? I would suspect Bluebird Tuxedo Hill is going to come over here now. One little hiccup, I didn't really foresee him making a break off the gate. Now you can race in Pennsylvania off a break, but you can't race in Ohio. So I believe he's either going to have to race at Flamborough or London, or the reason I say that first is because he was entered for Pennsylvania this morning, but I don't know if he's going to get in Pennsylvania this morning. This is a Wednesday draw. Yesterday was Thursday. So you're looking for him, not only a non-PA owned and sired horse, maiden, to get in on 6 days. It makes it kind of difficult to think that he will, but he's been entered for the Meadows, and if he gets in, he will be over here racing there. Now, in regards to Oh Hill No, I thought she raced okay. James said the track was super icy. Well, I know she's got flip-flops on. I know that for sure High Hopes has flip-flops on also. So and how couldn't the track be icy? They got a foot of snow on top of a kind of damp track, and then it froze last night. How couldn't it be icy? So we had 2 horses with flip-flops that raced okay, and I don't want to say with certainty that Bluebird has flip-flops on. I don't know, but he's the only one of the 3 that made a break last night. I believe if you look at the track, especially over the last couple of weeks, and most definitely last night, you almost have to throw at the times. I've never seen a maiden go in 2-3 in my life, I think, at Mohawk, and yet I've seen 2 in the last 3 weeks. Oh Hill Nose Mile at 59. She trotted in 2 minutes. There has to be a legitimate variant for that racetrack right now. I don't know the condition it's in, but looking at the times and where they should be anywhere, any time of the year, especially this time of year, they're really slow right now. And I have to believe that that Oh Hill Nose 2-minute mile first start back was a decent mile over Mohawk. High Hopes, I asked James again bluntly last night, do you still think she can do a Mohawk? He goes, I don't know. I said, well, she did have flip-flops on. I'm sure of that. 99% sure of that. He said, well, you really got to pitch those lines in for any horses wearing flip-flops. He said, Anthony, it was literally a skating rink. I said, okay. So I don't think I was disappointed. I mean, Bluebird Tuxedo Hill, to me, was almost a wash going into last night, right? He grossly underperformed training down at 2. We gave him time off, brought him back, and his qualifiers were decent, but still hasn't really shown that zip that I'd like to see from him. I don't want to see him dip into that list of horses that are leaving, but at the same time, we have literally 10 horses ready to qualify at Northfield Park over the next 3 weeks at various times. 12, actually, I believe. We have horses qualified and qualifying at Mohawk, and if Bluebird's not going to be able to do it a maiden there, or the Meadows or Northfield, then he's not going to be staying. And I think our job is simple. I can't be right all the time. I can't tell you this horse is going to be good or that horse is going to be good. This horse is, we're just going to give this horse time off and bring him back and he's going to be fine. All we can do is put the work in. You guys know that. That goes for any athlete. All we can do is put the work in that is needed and hope that the horse comes forward. And in some cases they do, and in some cases they just don't have the overall ability or talent to be what we want them to be, and hope that they will be. And that's just the way it is. So whether it's Bluebird Tuxedo Hill or any of the other horses, they're in a position right now to prove they belong at the stable, to prove that they're going to be effective overnight horses, and hopefully slide into that stake category also would be nice. So with that, I'm going to let you go. We have 6 training sets. I am late right now, and I know they're cursing me. But if I'm going to be honest, there was a lineup at Starbucks. It just was. What are you going to do? They're busy. we'll get our morning underway. We'll get our morning at the barn finished, and as soon as I'm done at the barn, I'll drive to the meadows. I have a drive in race 4, and then I have our boy. Time is on my side in race 8, and then I'm all done for the day. So it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Amy and I went out to eat last night. Nice supper. And kids are off school today, so lots going on today throughout the day. I hope your Friday is less busy. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all very soon.